Well, I hope you have a good idea why I was triggered to talk about this. Why is it? Why is censorship bullshit? Eh. Also, right after I talked about Web3, very interesting. Because there's a lot of changes that will happen. The government has to improve significantly. Censorship is also one of those things that have to improve. Otherwise, or we have to understand it better. Alright? Maybe government has like some kind of perspective that we don't have. And it's like, yeah, we have to appeal to the masses. I say masses because there's the principals and they're the masses, the clueless basically, the explorers. Well, probably the principal circle is a little bigger, but this is roughly bigger, okay, than the principles that people should be following to some degree. But instead they waste their time. They love entertainment so much that they become a part of some kind of group. These are hardworking people, and this is just, you know, a recreation zone. And for some reason, government likes the recreation zone more than the working people, even though they themselves are the working people who's supposed to learn principles. That I have to break things down because I don't understand what's going on. You know, why was Sneako banned? Isn't he like a hard-working person? And was he properly evaluated? Or just people were like, well, you broke 3 community guidelines that I just made up, so you're banned. See, the problem is it doesn't matter how hard you work. You're not working hard if you don't know principles. You're actually not doing any progress whatsoever if you don't know principles. This is the only place where you can work hard in the first place. You have to be within certain parameters. You have to follow rules. It's a very simple, in a way, process, but like you have to know what you're doing. Otherwise, you're gonna be counterproductive, obviously. So, government has to always challenge themselves to follow principles because they constantly improve, and people working at the government or in any shape or form, they can be just pushed out, and it's like government is just going to be one of the groups, you know, that we just don't give a fuck about. Just one of those people who have no influence whatsoever. And technically, this is not government. How dare you? You take my G? You take my G, dude? Government, dude. What? You have this for yourself. Look, you have a sucky dicky 3-letter thing. I get the 1-letter thing, okay? Very nice. Also, let's ignore this. I'm the one talking only. Very nice. So, yeah, here you go, boys. So, like, hard work has to be defined, like evil has to be defined. If you want to censor people, evil has to be defined. In fact, I would suggest to the government and all the powerful people, maybe, just maybe, you want to censor the entire fucking shit. Alright? The entire thing. Just censor all of it. And what is it? Exactly the opposite of the people who are being censored right now. The opposite. The people who are laughing, the people who are fucking taking advantage of the system. I mean, there's people just making mistakes left and right. You can't just be like, oh, 3 strikes and you're out. What the fuck? What? Is it a minefield all of a sudden? Do I explode if I just step on the wrong fucking place? What is happening, dude? It's probably one of the best arguments, by the way. It's a minefield. They can do whatever the fuck they want, set up whatever minefield they want. They don't have to follow principles, and it's a lot easier not to do that and be counterproductive instead. It's like this is why there's a red pill community or whatever. The reason to wake up and why brainwashed is because they allow this. They allow brainwashing in or just fluffy, pointless content on the platform. It shouldn't be the case, in fact. Fluffy content should be accessible by any means. It should be censored. But if you want to build a system, actually clean system, where the best of the best are actually working and influencing the world and making the world a better place, you probably want to do that? Maybe? No? You have to figure out principles first. You have to figure out morality. There's a little bit of work. And most importantly, you stop being a fucking vampire and go outside. Okay, just go outside and tell me your fucking opinion. Do you have opinion, Mr. Government? Do you have a YouTube channel, Mr. Government? You don't have a YouTube channel. How can you control YouTube if you don't have a fucking... Yeah, do you have any arguments for censorship? Because we can play ping pong and I will just bounce the ball back, you know, it's yours. I'm a better player. Anything? I mean, let's think about it. I guess it's funny when someone gets banned, right? For idiots. So that's not an argument. I mean, when anything bad happens to anyone, no one... It's not funny. It's funny when someone is like being stupid to a ridiculous extent, but then that's like almost like intended funny. If it's not intended, it's like it's cringe, but it can still be funny, and you laugh at the moment, and you be like, okay, how do I help this person, or how do I clean this person off the platform? Okay, there's a lot of cringe on YouTube. But this is like next level, man. This is a problem, to be honest. And everyone knows that, and it's like, well, but nobody knows how to talk about it, so you're very fortunate to find this video, to be honest. It's probably gonna be very nice for all of us if we sit through this and actually learn something. And yes, this is the same pattern as right versus left. I use the same thing. It's very effective, I would say. The funny thing is, I think government is like shitting their pants all over. Like, why would they... There's that special little state that allowed purge next year. We'll see what happens. Like, what? You just allow crime, and it's like, well, it's too hard to actually keep them in prisons. Or I don't even know the reason, man. Like, government is just losing sanity at this point. But it is what it is. You know, government is not influential anymore, so you just, it's questionable now. And, you know, corporations are not the government, but it's a mixed bag, you know. They're trying to act as authority. They're trying to act exactly as authority, because normally corporations would tell you immediately what their opinion is. I like this a lot. This is a very good product. I want to be with it. I want to eat it all the time. Wow, consume it. You consume it too. That's what corporations do. Government is silent and, you know, cold as ice. It's a completely different personality. And that's like my biggest criticism about YouTube. They don't want to talk, but you can't silence me. You can intimidate me. You can push some buttons, sure, because you have the buttons, but I'll take the buttons away from you, because you don't deserve the buttons. You can intimidate me with everything you got, but the stupid-ass buttons, okay? Just stop pressing those buttons! Stop banning people! What the fuck is wrong with you? See, the thing is, like, I will allow government to be like, well, I'm gonna send a policeman and he's gonna knock on your door and arrest you. I will allow that, but just don't delete my channel, you know? Just don't do that. Cause I'm sure a lot of people will be like, how do I process this information? This is insane. But when someone gets deleted, it's still very crazy in a way. I don't know. I'm exaggerating. I don't want police. Police is too much as well. Just government has too much power. I don't know what to do with my powers. Government, I know exactly what you can do. Just stay out of my way. Just don't interfere. Look, I'm actually a fluffy cisgender ultra male. All right, like this. Very nice. I'm an ultra male because I can call myself female at the same time because it's also a male, but just fee. So I can add anything to a male. So I added ultra instead. I don't know, dude. I just want some protection from censorship, guys. Yeah, I have to apologize for everyone who had a very rough time with the government because they don't want to learn principles. Like, I do want to learn them a little bit more, but I'm not learning them. I'm just sitting here talking to a microphone that sucks, and nobody wants to listen to me because my microphone sucks potentially. So yeah, that's my life. There's skills and there's principles. Like, I don't care whether my content is like high quality or not. I don't care to script my content. I just I try to show myself as best as I can, as quickly as I can, so I don't have to think about it anymore. I want to satisfy myself. It's one of the most important principles. It's kind of what the government also follows. You know, they just want to satisfy themselves. They want to satisfy their point of view. That's what every single overly powerful entity wants. Eventually they want to just satisfy themselves. And they have the right to do so, but, you know, not in an expense of a missile strike, striking your fucking face because you offended me. Stop it, government. You know, you have to choose. Oh no, someone offended me. Please ban him. No, please ban him because she felt offended, and which one do you ban? Let's figure out together. Obviously, you follow principles and that's how you ban people. But if you just follow guidelines and whatever you desire and like, eventually you're gonna fall into a very big trouble. People with, a lot of power can still follow principles. It's not the end of the world, guys, but it is kind of a counter thing for them to do. Because it's like, but I don't want to. I don't want to, but that will change the entire life that I live. And will actually make me talk to people. Wah! Yeah, that's called a hammer right into a vampire's heart. That's what it feels like when you ask them to follow principles. Like, you just can't do that. But come on, man. the problem is you cannot just be this obsessive power personality and pretend that you actually have power. Okay, you actually have to learn everything. And most importantly, you have to learn how to be immune from my hammer damage. Okay, I will smash you with my principles. And let's see if you actually, survive. It's very interesting. Yeah. It's very hard to actually build a YouTube channel. So it's like, you're just gonna destroy it now? Is it made out of sand or something? Come on, man. So I just came out of, like, the Web3 topic. And, it matters, right? Because censorship directly counters censorship. We're literally building, and we're pretending that Web3 is all about countering censorship and nothing else, Which is crazy, but it is what it is. Some people think that, decentralization. But, we're so traumatized that it does look like a very, very good feature to have. I mean, this is probably the scariest video for any government person to watch, so maybe you can share it to someone. I don't know. Hey, watch this. No, you should ban this person because I don't like his opinion. Wow, very nice. There's another principle that these guys follow because they want the maximum power. They have to learn how to lie. And lying actually is like a very important skill that they have. So obviously, they're gonna create some vague rules and vague ways to learn a principle a little bit so they can lie about it. It's like, well, you broke your own rule in some way. But they cannot talk to anyone or make an actual statement that can be countered. They just have to shoot someone and say, well, someone else did it actually, but the community guidelines did it. Okay, not me. It wasn't me. He did it to himself. Wow. Very nice, government. Very nice. I don't dare to say YouTube or any other platform. Everyone is the same. Everyone can be just named government or the authority. So I just do that instead. So even a big YouTuber potentially is a part of this whole ecosystem, And they're working for the government without them even realizing it. So send this video to them as well. My cockroach that's watching my video. Thank you. Or you just misclicked and left the window open. It happens. I very much appreciate it. I mean, I dare you guys to figure out an actual argument that supports censorship in any way whatsoever, because I'm kind of not willing to hear the arguments anymore, because I just don't get them, But it offends minorities, it's racist, it's sexist. Yeah, sure. What? You feel offended? Oh, is that the greatest one? Here we go. I'll give you guys. Yes. But I am offended for no reason. Subscribe and buy my milk. Here you go. Very nice. I'm offended. Please, everyone, look at me. No, you should run and hide and rethink of how you gonna approach this situation, because I'm offended is not a statement that you should be saying Because, like, you should accept everyone, you know? Like, isn't this all about acceptance? Isn't racism and sexism is about accepting people? You know, it's like, well, you don't accept this thing, but you don't accept nothing, dude. Nothing. So, yeah, you have to understand actual principles, because I don't understand them. You haven't taught them to me. I at least know that principles have to be apparent and very easy to follow. I mean, if you don't make them apparent, well, censorship is gonna be bullshit, and it's not gonna be a real thing. If you do figure out how to censor actual bullshit, which is what I exactly said, censor this entire fucking... What is this? I don't want none of this shit. I don't want girls dancing. Unless when I'm horny, and I still don't want girls dancing, because I already have a list of girls that I already have pictures of. I don't need none of this shit, okay? I'm done. My horny days are gone now. Now I'm a married man to the pictures and a lot of girls. I will be single forever, but that's fine. That is fine. It is important to, like, be aware of what is available for you, and you will explore things on your own. It doesn't fucking matter. It's like, are you interested? Are you sure you're leaving the circle of productivity? It's almost like, you know, you have to be in school 24/7 all the time possible, doing your homeworks and everything, because it's productive. You want to leave? Are you sure about that? Are you stupid? Or don't you want to earn money? Don't you want to, like, stabilize your life so nothing can hurt you? You learn everything, you do everything in this fucking place, and YouTube is not one of those things, okay, that has enough of this stuff, and it keeps banning people who actually want to, you know, do actual work, which is like, what the fuck are you serious? It's hard enough, okay? It's hard enough. Like, the circles are fucking tiny, and everyone's, like, doing random shit for views. That, you know, just trying to capture your attention for no reason. They're not gonna give you any value whatsoever in return, unfortunately. It's a very sad thing. Unless you break down the video and, like, fucking analyze everything and collect data like I do, you're gonna be screwed. It's a very sad environment. You know, I have nowhere else to go, so I always, like, dream about the schoolmates all the time, my classmates. So it never ends. Yeah, mostly my classmates, not schoolmates. I don't know why. I'm just haunted, man. Now I believe in ghosts. Every time I dream, it's the same people for no fucking reason. Like, school really traumatized me. I'll put school in here. There you go. School, in fact, is now just a bunch of hot girls that I remember, you know, and still has profiles on the internet. So, internet is in the middle of this now. The internet is the only thing that has principles, because you have first and most of all, you have to actually follow principles, and then you will discover, like, greater and greater technology, and you will easily be able to learn how to use it as well, properly, not to exploit anything, not to do crazy things, just properly to learn even more, and keep embracing, you know, the whole cycle of becoming a better person. And you're gonna stay here. And yes, exploration is fine. It's totally fine. You're just not gonna get any value from it necessarily, unless you return here and work again. I don't think I'm lazy in that sense. I would look like a lazy person, but, like, I actually care about value a lot. So I would say someone who's actively working outside of the work zone, outside of the value zone, is the actual lazy person. Because you don't care. You just don't care about people at all. I don't know what you care about. But you're screwed at the same time. Because the best and new platform is gonna be better and bigger than TikTok, YouTube, whatever right now. And YouTube is gonna be like, oh, you did that and you almost defeated me, and now I will copycat you and maybe promise some people some more money or whatever. They will just bend the knee and suck the D. Yeah, it's just easy. YouTube is gonna be screwed just like the government, YouTube is gonna be over here taking a piss, but right now YouTube is the goat. And when I want to chill, I just open up TikTok and I get more random crap. Okay, it's hard to filter that stuff because it's very random, but I'm doing the best I can. I can't say that I'm succeeding. I'm doing the best I can. It's possible. That's all I can say. It's work that you can actually do, and it will be valuable for people eventually. I guarantee you that much. Yeah. I would like to have like a bigger community because I can't just do it on my own. There's a lot of ideas that need to be fleshed out and, come to life, but I just can't do it myself, and I don't care, honestly. I don't want to work too hard. That would be disgusting. I will actually make the greatest argument of all time, which I already made. I explain how this thing works, right? It's very important. There's something they can say, but, I can say right back. Pretty sure. So, people have flaws, and the government is doing the best they can to actually point out those flaws and put a sticker on your face so you can't talk anymore. And you kind of cripple in so many ways. Like, if they take away like my Discord channel, like, what the fuck are you doing? Why are you taking things away from me? Because I have all the power to do whatever I want. This is the most disgusting thing, You just press the button. I'm the one who actually had to work my way all the way up so you could just pull a hammer out of your ass and just smack me down into oblivion. It's like, what the do you think I'm some kind of demon that just came out of the gates of oblivion? Like, what the fuck are you talking about? It's ridiculous. Wow, we're learning so much. Because I have to be sarcastic. I can't even make a counter argument. I mean, a counter argument, because this is anti-argument. I can't. It's like, no, we're not doing that. I would like to. I would like to learn flaws and how to avoid flaws, but we don't give a fuck about that. Like, there's no debate going on. Arguments on either side evaluated properly. Only I'm doing this, so I don't know. And I don't care, honestly. I just support. I'm biased at this point because I just don't care. For me, like, these things don't exist. But I will let you have this one. This is 3 points. The greatest anti-argument of all time. You're offended, and we have to do something about it, Yeah, you're right. Again, you might want to know, but I evaluated Andrew Tate 10 out of 10 in terms of value. Like, it's incredible. Am I just so biased? Am I just living in some kind of zombie land right now, and I have no idea of what reality is about, right? Probably. But you have to make enough arguments for me to get scared and try and come back. Because, like, you know, you still have to promote your stupid island. And if I just leave and create my own thing, and I just fucking nuclear strike this thing, bam, it's gone. So, leaving is not necessarily a doomsday thing for me. I could still be a winner, even if I leave this circle of things. But it's very hard to leave, you know. I still have to pay for the internet and everything. I can't just, you know, create my own thing and leave. That would be too difficult. I'm just saying. This stuff is, like, super solid. Like, leaving is almost a death sentence. And this is just some imaginary thing that people can do. But essentially they just created a portal that still works the same exact way. It's still a part of this thing. It's still linked somehow. It's like, this is a very solid system. We can call it God, to be honest, or collective consciousness. Like, it probably works like a very solid way, and nothing can escape from it, unfortunately. Just like we cannot just like, oh, I'm dead now, I can now explore the rest of the universe. You know, you can't do that. Maybe in the dream world you can explore a little bit, but you're just gonna be scratching the surface because the dream world is so big. It's kind of a very similar point of view that you can get. The actually, you know, important thing, I should just rename this, obviously, to proper argument. We want to protect you from harmful content. Ooh, very interesting. Have you noticed that I can't counter everything? I'm not sure how I would do that. Probably we need to use the entirely new emoji for that. I will counter 1 point out of those 3. Yes, I agree. Have you noticed that content without value is also harmful? You know, whatever people like might not necessarily be good enough for them. But it's not for government to decide what it is. So what is it? Who decides? Well, principles decide, obviously. But we have to know those principles. You can't just be like, I will figure out by myself what the algorithm is going to spit out for all the people. You can't do that, unfortunately, and pretend to be successful for the rest of your life. This will be contested and outcompeted very easily the moment people will figure out how to, you know, do that. Where, oh, these are the life principles. You have to follow them to make a good video that's actually valuable for people. Very easy. Alright. And once you do create that edgy content that's at least follows enough principles, then you can draw people into your fucking porn site and fuck them in the ass. Just like everyone else does, you know. You have to be reasonable to some degree and then do whatever you want. On another platform, alright, there has to be multitude of platforms, alright, and websites and things. Everything has to be connected though, alright, and nothing should be deleted, which is, you know, Web3 voice, very nice. Don't delete things. Like it's stupid. So if we can like easily protect content from being deleted, which we already kind of do, is like, oh, this guy is big. Let me download his entire channel. You know, oh no, oh, you got deleted. Cool. Now my stuff is valuable all of a sudden. But you can't upload that stuff, unfortunately, which is kind of weird. You can probably remix it though into some cool content, or even just react to things. I mean, now Sneako is a big deal. You can react to it. I probably will. I don't know. Right now I have no influence me telling me what should I do, so I will not actually. But well, he's an Andrew Tate bro, and we like those, so let's add him to the list. We're gonna talk whether he's valuable or not, whether he's as valuable as Andrew Tate. His last message was pretty fine, but there's one downside to it. It's like, you shouldn't be selling things on your last message. Yes, you should be like, here's my website. You can sell things on your website, but not on your message. I think that's quite a mistake. This is not where you sell. You can sell right over here. Yes, I know it's just one step, but it's a crucial step. Alright? Because the problem is, in this circle, people do not want to risk anything. And they shouldn't risk anything. They should only get value. 100%. So buying things that are risky, that are just advice, or like, just watch my videos for a price, no one's gonna do that. And no one should do that. And unfortunately, Sneako, you have to find other ways to profit. Or just, you know, just do what I said and bunny hop from one point of wall to the other. And everyone is going to be happy about it. But I can't change the history, so it was what it was, you know. We're going to evaluate everything eventually. If you want. I mean, he's on the list after all. But you can always see the list and be like, I want this guy on your next video, and I'm gonna be like, fuck you, dude, and then you're gonna get banned because I don't like you. All right, and that's a very good argument, actually. But they don't like you. I completely agree. If you don't like someone, you can ban them, but at least make an effort for it. Come on. Come on, man. Come on. Why is it so easy? No. Please, make a story about it. Not one-sided. One-sided means, oh, you did it on yourself because you broke community guidelines. Wait, so you have nothing to do with anything? So it's just a one-sided story? They banned themselves all of a sudden, and you had no reaction and no opinion about this? Nothing. No emotion, nothing. So it's like, congratulations. That's a very good argument. That has been countered, unfortunately. I don't like a lot of people, but I will create a tremendous effort in banning them. I will try ban them as hard as I can, and maybe it will work eventually. Somehow. I still don't know what ban is. I forgot. It's not in my principal list at the moment, but I'm researching it. Maybe I'll find it. You know, it's just because I'm doing it right now. It's like trying to stop people is really hard. If someone is just starting to spam bullshit on my Discord, I would delete that immediately. I would have to ban them. I have no choice. Okay, they just, like, what do you want me to do? How do I react to this? Because you would clearly ignore everything that I do, because you're not even interacting with anything. Like, I cannot even make a story out of it because what is this? I don't know. Maybe you're just some kind of alien and I just don't speak alien language. Unfortunately, you're just spamming shit. So I have to delete you. I have no other solutions. But for YouTube to not have other solutions makes it's very questionable, unfortunately. Because, like, what? You spend so many time. If I had control over Discord, I would probably allow people to spam, but it wouldn't actually affect anyone's anything. Because it's like, no one's gonna receive the messages anyways. But I would allow people to spam. You know, I just don't have the control, the capacity to actually, you know. Just allow people to do nonsense things and they will give up eventually and learn their lesson much more efficiently that way than otherwise they just start hating you for no reasons. It's kind of weird. So yeah, did I said pressing buttons again? Is this the first time I actually mentioned this? What the fuck? Well, here it is then, I guess. It's just that there's much better. You see everything, right? Absolutely. You can even see that stupid thing that will never go away, but, you know. It is what it is. We're almost like at the end. It took us 40 minutes. I kind of want to just review Sneako. Just get that Sneako Pico, you know, like, of what's going on. What are YouTubers talking about? What is YouTube promoting in terms of Sneako content right now? Because I'm curious. YouTube is in a very fortunate position. Everyone is fortunate who has enough money to survive and potentially do nothing in their lives. You have enough time to learn all of these things. You have the algorithm that tells you what is valuable and what is not. To some degree, you still have to use common sense. So they can turn this around any moment they want, or they can get outcompeted. This is not certain. What's gonna happen is never really certain, because there's freedom, you know. There's freedom to make mistakes. That's usually what determines everything. Not the fact that someone is like super successful. No, someone really failed and stopped progressing. So the moment YouTube stops progressing, someone else will take over by default. It's just inevitable. Like, government should be very concerned because they kind of have the grasp of what YouTube looks like and how it works, because it has been around for a long time. But everything might just change immediately, and it might be outside of government's grasp for a pretty big amount of time. That is a special time, alright, for a new government, for a new form of power to form, which is potentially dangerous for the old government, but we don't care. Honestly, whatever happens, happens. I can just, intimidate government as much as I want, but it's like, accept your defeat, like, who cares? Anyways, I'll leave it at there. We have, 5, 7, 10, 11 versus 2 arguments. So far. I might add more. Let's see what Sneako is about. What happens? Sneako. He has a final message in there. I kind of watched that. Maybe 4 minutes of that. So no one is like, oh. Also, this is kind of interesting. Why would this pop up when I just search for Sneako? This is the reason. Do we not know the reason? Do I have to click this? Am I stupid? It feels more like a speculation, to be honest. Someone wanted to R-word my girlfriend. Don't... What? That's kind of interesting. I mean, Sneako himself kind of explained why he got banned. The last, like, strike was because he's kind of associated with Andrew Tate. It felt very clear, so I don't... That's why I was hesitant on clicking on the video, and I got immediately disappointed for the clickbait. Let's watch everything. Yeah, Sneako is a little bit cringe himself. What the fuck? There is a problem, obviously, with being controversial. I'm sure a lot of people will be like, looking back into my videos and have problems with certain things that I've said. But I do agree that you can apologize and just move on, because you just leave the past into the past and evaluate the present. The moment you met someone, you evaluate them for who they are, not for who they were. Like, it doesn't make sense to actually look back into the past too far, or to cherry pick everything. But if you do that, honestly, I can't. I'm sorry, it's not an argument. Sorry, there's too much cherry picking. It's a very simple argument. I don't like you, and a very simple answer as well. But it's a different way, right? You twisting... it's the same lie mentality. Like, you twist the story to, like... make us feel that this person was negative, so that's why he got banned. Like, the story had to be, like, very simple, very straightforward. This is how most people feel like, and it's, like, very justified. You should listen to those people instead. It's like, what the fuck is this shit? This is nonsense, man. You can't cherry pick. You have to give the entirety of content. You have to give like a 1 hour presentation of not cut material. You can't just show the worst things about someone. Yes, it's a highlight of the worst. And it's like, I want to show you the bad parts about this person. What about the good parts? What is the overall value? You don't know. You don't give a fuck about that at all. You just for the drama. So, it's a complicated thing to actually figure this out, but I can do it because I'm smart. Very nice. What the fuck? Why is there a queen in there? How? How is this possible? It was September 8th, though. And this is September 2. How did you do that? Freedom of speech, boys. Again, it's a completely different concept. And I didn't need to use freedom of speech as an argument, and I will not use that, actually. It's just a dumb argument, to be honest. Because value argument is way more important, right? Because it's like, yes, you can say whatever you want, but then the algorithm is gonna be like, well, you're gonna sit there in the fucking corner. And in fact, it's like, you have this almighty algorithm. Why do you need to ban people in the first place? It doesn't fucking make sense. The only thing that makes sense is that, well, this is YouTube right now. Again, with Mr. TikTok competing. So there's some social media sites, they don't feel a threat is looming and dooming and kicking them out slowly and surely. But eventually all the media sites are just gonna be like cringe places to explore and not much else. It's not gonna have any value whatsoever because it will be overshadowed. And when people get desperate, when those sites become desperate, they will do whatever it takes to not have value whatsoever, to be weird, to get that, exploration value, so they don't get kicked out completely. They probably will lose hope, of ever returning to relevancy. But everything is possible, so you never know. Now, yeah, freedom of speech is like, for some reason, these people actually hate freedom of speech, which is kind of weird. And we have it as a principle. It's a pretty important principle. It's like, well, you're free to. But you know why these people hate freedom of speech? Because they feel suppressed and offended all the time, and they want to fucking shut you up. Especially if you have principles. Because if you don't have the freedom of speech principle, you allow people to attack you immediately. Like, it's a very important thing to have, I would say. Because again, if you don't have freedom of speech, how else are you going to communicate? It's quite important to allow freedom of speech, because once you sever that communication, all of a sudden you can't read your opponents anymore before they do a bad move. The thing is, you can counter this, which is very interesting. Let's see if this works. So, I just said evil. You want to keep track of evil, so everyone has freedom of speech. Everyone is compelled to, do bad things before they actually do bad things. But how many people have actually been stopped using this thing? And is Sneako and Andrew Tate and Alex Jones are the ones to be stopped? Like, we definitely need a full story, full context of all of this. We allowed them to talk. They said very bad things all the time, didn't they? And you can't just compile that again. Compile the worst things they said. You have to give the entire full context. And let us evaluate things on our own. Well, you can evaluate it for me. I don't mind. But it's like, you didn't know that, did you? So it's not a counter argument that you can make just because I said evil. It's like, aha, I know what evil is now. We let people speak and then we ban them. And it's not necessarily how you treat evil. In fact, if you see that someone is evil, you try to dismantle them first and not trigger them instead. So that is actually a double argument. Very interesting. And evil has to be dismantled very carefully as a bomb. So banning them is probably one of those buttons that is very quick and effectively damaging to the society. You know, it explodes. I mean, is that what you wanted? You want me to talk about Sneako? I probably would have just forgotten about him and moved on with my life, but, you know, you press the button. Very nice. Very nice. We have even more arguments now. One of the biggest arguments, but it's not a triple argument, unfortunately. Just give us the log of every strike and ban in history. Just give us that, you know. It would be very useful to study and learn from it. This is the way you learn community guidelines. You know, when people step over the edge and burn to death. I mean, it's very educational. But you don't have it. Someone has to have it now. Can someone do it, please? This is why I need a community, guys. I would have it. And because I would have it, I would be a much better YouTube CEO than whatever we have right now.
Relevant they are, because
yeah, it makes me think. It is kind of fair, though, you know, to the extent that how relevant you are. You have to actually be mindful of that and be thankful. Oh, I just caps lock. Be mindful of being popular. Don't act stupid no more. Yeah, no, I can't dispute this idea, to be honest. Like, it seems fair.
see you guys in the next one. Thank you for watching.
Yeah, this guy is pretty cool. I immediately subscribed. He got the banned 5 days ago? That's interesting. Okay. So no, like, stupid YouTuber showed up to tell their stupid opinion about this problem. Guess what this video is about? Yeah, you don't want to know. I just watched chess, okay? Leave me alone, YouTube. I don't want to separate this argument into pieces, but I'm sorry, guys. Let me elaborate. It's too hard to actually follow all the rules. Let's just leave it at that. And most importantly, how do I get the strikes off my channel? Do I create a new channel? What the fuck do I do? And start fresh when I get 2 strikes? What the fuck do I do? You know, to get rid of strikes? Do I suck YouTube's dick? Does that work? Because that's important. It's like there has to be something you can do to redeem yourself and your quality and like fix the mistakes that you made, right? It's always possible in real life. All I have to do is like be in jail for like 1 year and then you're out. It's like very easy, guys. You should do more crime. It works. You just stay in jail for 1 and nothing really happens. But you cannot use internet, so it's very sad, actually. I don't know if it's worth it. But it's like, what the fuck, man? But you're gonna keep repeating offenses, and then at some point you will be able to buy off offenses. That's kind of how it works, dude. If people, the thing is, you don't understand. The value doesn't stack as easily as strikes do. One strike after the other, things gonna get more and more expensive because people just don't want you to break the rules. It's just very simple. So, one strike is not equal to the other strike. So, clearing off strikes should be harder and harder to do the more of them you have, because that just means you're not learning your lesson. So, that's that. I mean, the system is pretty simple to fix, but do they give a fuck? I don't know. I guess YouTube is a private company, and it's all about money. I'll give it to you. All right, you can take this one. I don't care. Who got banned? Let's switch to YouTube search instead. What? What? What is happening? What the fuck? There was more banning in the past or something? What the fuck? This makes no sense, man. But someone got banned in July. I don't know who that is. 2020. Bigo banned? What the hell? What the fuck is this? Someone just broke trends. I don't get it. Whatever. Yeah, I have no idea what's going on here. This video is pretty cool though. I'm surprised this video is not taken down because of the mass reporting that, you know, this guy is actually suggesting you to do in the end of the video. It's kind of crazy. That's a violation of policies, I would say. But we don't know anything. It doesn't fucking matter. Nothing matters. We just get to... it's just weird. So you can appeal, guys. You can appeal, obviously. What? Yeah. It's kind of weird, right? Like, you have the freedom to upload the videos, but the freedom to actually argue whether you are safe for all. You can't do that, man. You can't argue with fucking YouTube. So, for some reason, the freedom just stops there and makes everything very awkward. But it is sure. You are a company. I agree with you. I can't wait to out-compete you. There you go, boys. I am lazy, by the way. just a reminder. I'm a very slow threat, if there is one, but I can still threaten YouTube to some degree. Now, I still have to wait until we have the source code of YouTube and we figure out how to actually allow YouTube to exist, because people made it happen, not because YouTube has a bunch of servers and it's managing this very complex system where it makes sure that wait, is that a... What's going on, dude? I don't want no black... I'm racist right now. I don't want no black women staring at me. Guys, I'll give you guys a secret. When I become popular, I will stop being racist, so please help me. I also did the same thread to Minecraft, and then I just gave up. So potentially I will give up on this as well. You never know. But at the same time, I just kind of replaced Minecraft with Hearthstone. So I just kind of moved on. It's very interesting. But I'm running out of stuff to say. I mean, it's triple bullshit is like the biggest bullshit you can find. 3 times the amount of arguments for than against. Like, you can't make this up. This is insane. It doesn't make me feel safe. What are you talking about? Safe place for all? This is community guideline breaking. Look, just look, read this thing. Do you know how many heart attacks you can? You're just gonna have one. You're gonna read this and you're gonna have a heart attack, okay? And you're dead. It's not a very safe place at all. But I'm not gonna argue for or against this. It's just a weird trigger. It makes no sense to me. Like, I would understand you want to make a profitable place for all, and that's about it. For as many as possible, not for all. That would make no sense. Also, safe place for all as well doesn't make any sense, because for all the good people, but I don't like you, so you're not in the safe space to do whatever you want, obviously. But it's just that nothing that comes out of companies makes any sense whatsoever. So, but it's more of a, government statement than, or authority statement. We're not gonna talk about anything, but you're banned. You can cry about it if you want. That's crazy, isn't it? You can cry about it if you want. I don't care. I pressed the button, and you got this email. Enjoy. I haven't checked Rumble, but we have Odyssey with 100 points. So, you can't compete against YouTube, unfortunately, with this garbage. There's no alternative to YouTube, I'm sorry, guys. Out competing right now is, Ant versus Dinosaur game right now, and Dinosaur doesn't even care. But once it sees food, it will eat it. So you have to be very fucking careful to not get crushed and not get eaten all the way up in becoming a dinosaur. Which, I don't know how you do it. It will take many, many generations to do it. What are you doing? You're not allowed to be rich and miserable at the same time. You're just not allowed. That's what you wanted. So, fuck you, dude. I can't wait to make a video about this. But yeah, I don't care anymore. Cancel me, YouTube. We should be able to talk about, anything we want. But you're spreading misinformation. That's probably the last one we have to cover. Are you really that stupid, YouTube? Like, what the what is this, man? What is this, man? By the way, I was warned because of my video title. I talk about COVID all the time, because I don't like it, you know. And I want to speedrun my ban process, honestly. It would be fantastic. But you should be able to say whatever the fuck you want. It's just your opinion. Like, what? You're not threatening anyone. Misinformation is now a problem? Are you fucking kidding me, dude? So, if I have slightly incorrect data, slightly fucking have a fucking typo in there, you're gonna fucking banhammer me? What are you... don't start this fight, man. You're gonna lose this fight, unfortunately. If this keeps on happening, because maybe the hatred should be toned down and people shouldn't be hating too hard. I should still be allowed to be angry and rude by any means, but like misinformation is like, what the are you stupid? I just have one thing to say. Do you really think you know what the truth is? Are you what the hell is going on? And especially when sometimes you say the right thing and it only later on turns out to be true, but you still get banned regardless. It doesn't matter. So, what do you do about that? What if you made a mistake? Oh, you just run away in your little corner and say nothing about it, because you don't exist, Mr. Authority. Yeah, this is just pathetic. Like I mean, even that is pathetic as a private company. Like, it's just pathetic as an argument. I want to destroy it as soon as possible, but I'll just leave it there to let people cringe that. And you must understand this number is still too big, but it's already ultimate bullshit. And you shouldn't believe in censorship whatsoever. It's just pointless. It doesn't do anything. It has to be handled completely differently, unfortunately, or it will destroy YouTube as we know it. It's the worst feature about YouTube. The copyright system is bad, but like censorship, oh, it's on another level, man. Yeah. We're probably gonna encounter this soon enough, right? Someone else is gonna get banned, and maybe after like 5 people get banned, I do the second part of this video. We'll see. But for now, every time someone gets banned, I just evaluate them, see if they're valuable or not to the platform, and if they deserve what was coming to them. Normally it's not, but Sneako is kind of a weird case where I don't like the dude that much, so I don't feel sorry for him at all. It's just, I just don't like the practice of censorship whatsoever, and the way it's done. It's like outdated and stupid. So you have the entire internet, you control the internet, and you allow yourself to be stupid? Damn, this sucks, man. Alright, see you guys next time.